Hi, I'm Sambo Patrick, naturopath and nurse, and today I'm talking about stress. This is the first of three, and in this 2-minute clip what I want to discuss is what happens physically inside our body that generates that stress response. Because I find when people understand what's actually going on physically, they can explain some of the symptoms, and then they can learn to read stress when it's occurring in their body. Now, stress is actually a medical term that we give to the hormone cascade that goes on in your body in response to something that we deem to be life-threatening. Interesting, life-threatening might have once meant a bear jumping out of a cave, about to rip our heads off. And obviously in that instance, we need to be able to push the bear and fight it off or run the opposite direction. Hence it got its name, the fight or flight response. Now when that happens, so if you want to imagine it happening to you right now, close your eyes and imagine a big bear leaping out in front of you. It's actually very scary. Your eyes dilate so you can take in lots of information. Your body squirts out a lot of sugar from where it's stored, so your blood sugar level goes up. So you have lots of sugar ready for your muscles to use. Your muscles, circulation increases, so your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, so it can take all that new sugar and all that extra oxygen round to the muscles so they can run or punch their way out of a situation. Now those changes are caused by a couple of hormones, and the main ones are adrenaline, noradrenaline, cortisol and even testosterone, and I'll talk about them more in the second clip. What I want to talk about just for the next 20 seconds is why we get stressed when a bear's not standing in front of us. Why do we allow thoughts? So the thought of going bankrupt, the thought of not being able to meet my mortgage repayments, the thought of, looking overweight on my daughter's wedding. Thoughts will make us generate that stress response just as if we're fighting for our life, as will situations. So driving on a busy highway, running late for an appointment. People, so in-laws, outlaws, exes, lovers, all those sorts of things and children can make us quite stressful. Work can make us stressful. So either the nature of the work we're doing, the time frames around work, or the fact we don't really like what we're doing, but it's paying the bills. That can be very stressful. Events can be stressful, such as Christmas. It's one of the biggest stress triggers I see people go through. Relationships can be stressful. So all these things make us respond, or we feel we've got to respond, like our life is under threat. So the symptoms we get, I'll just recap them. So the common stress symptoms are dilated pupils, so we can take in lots of information. Get a surge of sugar, so you might shake. Feel very excited, like you've jumped out of a plane, so you've got all this sugar and you're buzzing. Might not be able to concentrate. So after a while, long-term stress makes you a little bit dizzy, vague, disconnected, can't quite sort it out. Your heart rate goes up. Long-term, that leads to palpitations, irregular heart rates. You can feel it going inside your chest sometimes. A lot of people find it hard to swallow. Difficulty taking a deep breath. They use the top part of their lungs, so they hyperventilate. And when you watch them talk, they stack their breaths, a bit like I was doing just then in the explanation. But we talk very quickly and we don't draw breath, and that is a stress response. We change our pH, so we hyperventilate even more. Our gut switches off. Because at that point of fighting a beast, we don't want to be digesting anything, so it switches off. So if we go and, I'll explain the ramifications of that actually in the third video. So that's all for now on stress. That's what happens. And the next video is going to be on the hormone changes that occur.